Hello everyone, welcome to video 15 of my Claude series. Today we will be discussing about XML tags in Claude. I once asked Claude to review some of my code and my instruction used the word fix, but so did a comment inside the code itself. Now Claude got confused about which fix I meant and answered me the wrong question. So I tried something simple. I wrapped my instruction in one tag and the code in another, like labeled box. So now I give same prompt and same request, but Claude never mixed them up again. That's the whole idea behind XML tags, and this video shows you exactly how to use them. So this slide will be understanding why XML tags work with Claude. So first we have to understand that Claude understands semantic structure because it is trained on various amounts of XML, HTML and markup tag. Content inside tags are treated as distinct semantic unit, not just adjacent text. Second is it prevents cross contamination. So without tags, fix in instruction might be confused with fix in the code. Tags makes the boundary explicit and unambiguous. And third is it makes long prompts maintainable. So a 500 token prompt without tags is hard to update, but with tags the structure is obvious and you know exactly where to change what. So use XML tags anytime your prompt has more than two distinct parts like context, instruction, data, example or expected output. I will be showing this in the example next. Now moving to core tags. So core tags are context, instructions and code. The pattern which is used here is we use separate context, instruction and data into distinct tags. So context is basically the persona and the background. So in the example here we can see the same. The context is you are reviewing a Spring Boot payment service. The team uses Jakarta namespaces. All controllers use constructor injection. So this is the context. This is the persona and the background. And second is the instructions. Instructions is what to do and the output format. So here we have written review the code below for 1, 2, 3 type of errors and then return finding as JSON with file lines, severity, description, fix. So this is instruction and the output format. Now we give the code, that is the input to work on, and in the example section we show one example output. So this is an example where the input is payment failed yesterday, output intent is payment failure, and input is user message and the output is something like that. So these are the examples. By seeing this, Claude knows what to output. So the same prompt with tags produce cleaner, more structured output. Without tags, Claude sometimes interprets the code's any keyword which is part of the instruction as same. Next we will be moving to advanced tag. Advanced tag we have thinking tags and multi-document tags. So first we will be seeing the thinking tag. So the thinking pattern forces structured reasoning that stays separate from the output. Extract only the answer blocks for parsing. So here is an instruction where I have written to Claude that think through the problem in thinking tags first, provide final answer in the answer tag only. So the answer of this by Claude would be in the thinking block. Claude will be giving these are the thinking that Claude has thought for this problem, and whatever answer it has found, the answer is in the resolution tag. So here we can separate out thinking and answer. Now we will see a multi-document tag. So here I have two tags, document ID 1, document ID 2, and these are document tags basically. Here I have given the contract and here I have separate text for the document 2. Now my instruction would be identify clauses in document 2 that modify or contradict document 1, referenced by ID. So this basically uses these two tags reference in the instruction and give particular answer. So these two tags are used in advance and we can use it for various purposes. With thinking in a separate tag, your JSON parser only sees the answer block. So this we only see the answer block. No stripping of reasoning text, no fragile regex, no markdown fences to remove. So this would be good if we want to take this output and do some processing based on it, so we already know which tag to use.